So emotional integration exercise is basically exercise that help us release emotions, helps us be able to release trapped energies that are inside that's connected to an event, connected to a person. It helps us be able to accept things. So the one we're going to do today is on forgiveness. Forgiveness is important because look at it as when we are not forgiving somebody, we are, let's say, angry at them, for example. So then now we hold on to this anger. And if we hold on to this anger, then we stay angry. So when we forgive the person, it's not just for that person, it's actually for us to let go of the emotion that we have between us and this person or us and this event. Don't look at it as you're doing it for the other person. You're really doing it for yourself. Another thing about forgiveness is it doesn't represent that what they did wasn't bad, for example. Okay. It's just that you are choosing not to hold on to this emotion anymore. Now, if you can have a shift in perspective, that's great. And you can go, I understand why this happened. Cool. That works as well. But forgiveness is really important because a lot of times when we don't forgive people, that emotion, whatever that emotion is, we carry it. And emotions, when we carry it, it constantly gets expressed in our everyday life. But there are strong events, there are people that are connected into our life that is really supporting this emotion to stay alive. If I'm really angry at somebody or somebody really, really hurt me and I haven't forgiven them for what happened, then this emotion, let's say this emotion is fear. What we're doing here is we bring up the event. Okay. We bring up the event and we do it in a unique way where we partner up and we close our eyes. We first decide on the event, decide on a person, somebody that we have a strong emotional charge with. And we close our eyes and we imagine this person in front of us. And now from here, once we see this person, we take a moment to go ahead and go back to that event. So now what happens is, if there is an emotional charge with this person, with this event, you feel it very quickly. Now, at this point, most time people are just going to stay there and talk, and that's it. What we want to do here is we want to have the intention to forgive. So we will now speak. The other person, let's say, is that our partner. Let's say I go first. So now I'm going to speak to my partner as if it was this person that's in front of me. So I'm going to call this person Bob. So now I'm going to tell Bob, and let's say I'm really upset because Bob did something to me and I just never forgave him these years. So I'm going to talk to my partner as if my partner is Bob. I'm going to say, hey, Bob, what happened 5 years ago at that party when you called me out and in front of everybody and it just embarrassed me so much and I was so mad and etc. Okay. So now the partner is just going to sit there and just hold the space, hold the container. If you guys ever heard that term before, what it really means is they sit there and listen and don't judge you. They sit there, they listen, realize it's your stuff, it's not theirs. They're just sitting there listening and relaxing because your stuff can trigger things in them, but only if they judge. So on the receiving side, we get to practice learning how to hold a container. We get to practice listening. So this way with our partners, kids, friends, people, when people are speaking to us about something, we don't judge them on what they're saying. We don't make up a story in our head. We don't go ahead and get upset. We get to practice just listening and letting go. So it's two ends, right? I'm the one who's talking about this person, Bob. And now my intention is to let go and forgive Bob for what happened. So I'm going to go ahead and speak as if I'm speaking to Bob. Now, sometimes we speak to people in a certain way that we speak to somebody else differently. Like the way I'm going to speak to my mother is going to be different than I speak to my best friend, for example. So speak to your partner like how you would speak to the person with the intention of forgiving this person for what happened. So you just speak naturally. And now when you're done, the emotions are there. right? You can feel if there are a charge, it's there. So now we're going to go and clear the emotions. So now we're going to sit there. Our eyes are closed, by the way, both people's eyes are closed. And then we're going to breathe. And we're going to let go.